Hello everyone, Murray the Pieman here to play some more Star Trek Online. Now, if you remember, we actually last time we were here, we finished up the Romulan campaign. So yeah, we've finally defeated Hakeev, the guy who's kind of been our antagonist from the start. We've helped the Rebans out a bit, and generally, hopefully, set up some a hopeful future for our new Romulan republic. Sela was also kidnapped by a mysterious group of strangers, possibly Iconians. We don't know. So yeah, it was all going on. But the next one we've been asked to do is go to Deep Space Nine. So yeah, it's actually getting to visit a Star Trek location. Now I could sit here and fly as this way all the time, but instead I am going to hit this transwarp button to get us there, because I don't think we need to sit and watch this happen for ages. So we get to approach. Now if you actually look, you can see, I quite like that, you can see Deep Space Nine and the wormhole there. So we will approach Deep Space Nine. Now the piece of music you're hearing here was actually the original Star Trek Online theme music. They've changed it on the front screen a couple of times now, but there's a long history of Star Trek games not wanting to pay for rights for the music for the actual series, so they make up their own version. So there's a whole load of mildly knockoff Star Trek themes from various games kicking about, which is always fun. But here we are, we're going to wander around being awed by the pylons. Now Deep Space Nine was built as another social zone, hence why you can see quite so many other ships. So yes, these are all other players. It's also that weird thing that we have to approach it. I think when they built this, and it was an expansion to the game, they just wanted people to be impressed by it. Now I'm going to beam directly to Ops. Deep Space Nine got redesigned quite recently, just a couple of years ago, so it looks quite different. There are some side missions where you can see how it used to look, but yes, I'll take us on a little wander around Ops, because if you're like me or a fan of Deep Space Nine, it's really fun to see it. This is the music that they did for this. They called them the Gamma Quadrant missions, I think, and so they did this not quite Deep Space Nine theme tune. So yeah, you've got your turbo lift there. It does even move sometimes. The weird table at Ops, another turbo lift there. Place where Brian quite often sat, and Dax. You even have the office with its current commander Kurland. There's Cisco's baseball. We won't talk to Kurland at the moment. We can just wander into his office. We need to talk to this woman here. I don't know why this Vulcan's doing some dramatic pointing, but oh, it's another player. He's doing some dramatic pointing. Now, we also have this lad up here. Before I talk to her, this bloke here, because if you remember, the Klingons and the Federation are kind of still at war, so yeah, so I'm going to ask him, what are you doing here? Deep Space Nine and Wormhole are too important to be left in the fumbling, pacifistic hands of the Federation. For the time being, it's important for the Empire to be present here. Admiral Devac's Omega Force initiative has given us a great deal of leeway through his joint task force, and as a result we have the opportunity to oversee the sector in spite of our current tensions with the Federation. There you go. Now, we're not going to go and have a proper tour around Deep Space Nine. I'll save that for a later mission. We'll get a nice look around there, but until that point I'm going to talk to Sarish Mina.
How can I help you?
Who are you?
My name is Sarish Mina. I hold the rank of Commander in Starfleet. I am the Operations Officer for Deep Space Nine. I also serve informally as a liaison to the Bajor Militia and the Vedic Assembly. And I'm the subject matter expert on Bajor.
Because I'm a
Being
Bajoran.
Bajoran myself, I know the people and have their trust.
Although admittedly that's like saying I'm a subject matter expert in Scotland just because I happen to be Scottish, but
How can I help you?
I was told to report to you.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming so quickly. During the occupation of Bajor, many sacred artifacts were stolen and studied. After the Bajoran-Cardassian Treaty was signed in 2371, these artifacts were supposed to be returned. However, the Obsidian Order, the Cardassian military intelligence branch, opposed the treaty and apparently hid at least some of these artifacts in their warehouses. We know this because we have been contacted by the Cardassian government. There is a faction among the Cardassians called the True Way that rejects the treaty with the Federation. This organization infiltrated a defunct Obsidian Order facility and stole an orb of the prophets.
I've just thought of something. Okay. Apologies for a slight cut there. I briefly had a fear. Apologies for the cuts there. I had a brief fear that they said I'd stop recording. So we will continue. In the True Way, interestingly enough, they were actually mentioned a little in Deep Space Nine as our rogue Cardassian element, so they do get developed a little in this.
These orbs are precious to our people. They have been given to us by the prophets. They possess mysterious and unusual powers.
That's his neck here.
Many of them grant visions to supplicants. We believe the True Way are operating out of a base in the Badlands.
Like the McKee
We would
did.
like you to travel to the Badlands and attempt to recover the orb on behalf of the Bajoran people.
Well, I'll track down those people responsible for stealing the orb of the prophets.
How can I help you? Congratulations, Admiral.
So that was, believe it or not, the mission. Don't worry, that's not going to be the whole video. We'll do the next one. That's just kind of an intro to the Deep Space Nine missions.
The True Way has stolen an orb.
I know, you told me that.
Failed to return after the war. Although we don't know for certain where they have taken it, we have been getting dozens of reports of raiders hitting civilian ships near the Badlands. Romulan Republic intelligence believes the raids are related to True Way activity in that region.
They voice this differently for
whichever faction. We know that area is a haven for smugglers and criminals of all types. It stands to reason that the True Way are using it to avoid capture as well. They may even be using some of the McKee bases that were abandoned before the Cardassian War. We believe that the Badlands are therefore the most likely place for the True Way to be hiding the stolen orb. I know the Badlands are dangerous, but I have complete confidence in the ship and her crew.
Insert name here in your crew. Well, I will accept that.
How can I help you?
So, that's our mission. We've got to go to the Badlands now. We'll just beam straight off here. With the slight annoyance that we then have to leave Deep Space Nine, so our dock control woman is going to talk to us again. So yeah, if you saw her there, that's her again, just saying you'll be able to find your way around, but I'm saying not now because we want to leave the system. Kind of annoying that you have to do this each time. You have to leave the station and then leave the system. Thought I'd stalled it there. So yes, the Deep Space Nine missions, these did fit in roughly here in the old thing, on the old version out. I think I mentioned in earlier ones that they'd redone the Romulan missions. They'd been rejigged, at least the first early part of it, some years back. They took out some of the old ones and redid them, and they did the same with some Borg missions we'll see later, and these Deep Space Nine missions. So they actually split it in two. This first lot featured, the original ones still featured roughly this concept of going to the Badlands and dealing with Cardassian bases. It actually had you met a child of Thomas Riker in the original one, which I kind of like to see back. Hold for dialogue. We have arrived in the Badlands, sir. Intelligence indicates this is an area of heavy True Way activity. Where the plasma storms and gravitational anomalies interfere with the sensors. Search the Badlands for signs of True Way occupation. I'm receiving a distress call.
To any ships in the vicinity, I am under attack by a group of Cardassian ships identifying themselves as the True Way. Please, render assistance immediately.
And I'll set a course for the freighter. So yeah, the original version of this did actually have you fighting roughly as this one does. It's the same enemies as this one and exploring a Cardassian base and whatnot. But they just tidied it up a bit and actually tightened it. The original missions weren't great, I have to say. Chewing through Hideki, but you've probably seen why does he moan about this ship is doing quite well, but it starts showing its age. I will uprate it at some point. It's not quite manoeuvrable enough to be a proper escort, but also not quite sturdy enough to be anything different.
Thanks for the assistance. I knew I never should have cut through the Badlands, but it takes weeks off my journey.
What happened?
Well, I was just hauling my cargo through the Badlands, and I passed some strange anomaly. I took a scan of it on my way by, and then a bunch of Cardassian ships appeared out of nowhere. They ordered me to surrender in the name of Gul Kardec and the True Way.
Oh, what did you do then?
My freighter is obviously no match for them. I tried to get away, but they disabled my engines. They were just about to board me, I believe, when you arrived. If you're looking for the True Way, I would head for that anomaly.
Thanks, and I'd recommend you fix your engines and go. Oh, you did. So we're heading for this anomaly. So yeah, like I say, this has been tidied up a fair bit. I'd actually forgotten to set my skills. There you go. Still got a space point to spend. While we're heading there, speed us up. So yeah, I do see why they tidied it up. There is still, and I have spoken to a non-zero number of people, you know who you are, Alan, who would love to still be able to access the old missions. And I've got to admit, I'd like to have a go as well. I don't think they were the best, but I think just, if nothing else, for more stuff to play, but also just for people to be able to see what these missions and what these things used to be like.
You have fallen into our trap.
Oh, have I?
And now you will never locate our base.
So we're getting to see a lot of Cardassian ships. I would have seen them before, but see, we're struggling a lot. Actually, I could have probably done with someone with an engineering team. Oh, sorry. Where's that anomaly? There it is. Space stone up there. Let's see if we've got a better crew member to go in here. So the anomaly appears to be some kind of tear in the fabric of space-time continuum. Appears dormant, but it could be widened to become a portal. Detecting traces of orb energy in the area, we might be able to follow it. We'll hail Commander Sarish.
Sarish here.
We found the orb energy and we're about to follow it. Cue some backup.
Acknowledged. I will be along in the Defiant shortly.
Oh, cool. Cheers. So now we scan for orb energy. Appears to head to that moon. I really do know one better for that. Oh, Devex. Just helps if I can repair my hull from time to time. A bit more important than giving a boost to my auxiliary batteries. Now you think this room's abandoned, but oh, there's a Galar class and some orbital defense platforms. Now, the trick with this one is to take on the Galar class without getting close enough to get the orbital defense platforms in range. Yeah, unlike what I've done here, where I mean that orbital defense platform is shooting up. I'm within range. There it is. I spoke too soon. So the downside of this ship is much better firing from the front. We want to pull this Galler class a little bit out. And take on the platforms one by one. Second one. Yeah, the last thing you want to do in this situation, even in a heftier ship, is just blunder in and take the fire from both the defense platforms and the Galler class. So we will get our last one. Now we're going to scan the moon. That's this moon here. This is a gas giant of some description. Appears to be a two-way base. I've located an appropriate place to beam in. Are you ready to beam down? Ready as I'll ever be. Come on guys, let's go. Get this orb back. One of my crew on the ship. Clear someone not uniformed before perhaps. To transport inside the two-way base, we're detecting orb energy from somewhere nearby, also detecting a number of Cardassian life signs. Well, looks like we'll have to fight our way to that orb then. So basically what we've got to do in here is fight off 6 groups of...
Hostile parties have entered the base. All forces move to high alert.
Fight off 6 groups of Cardassians, fight off the actual Gull himself, and then get the orb. Fairly straightforward mission. Do like this docking bay. So I might have accidentally pulled some of the other opponents here. So becoming a bit of a battle. Like where he's just taking a dive off the edge of the stairs there. Got to remember to keep taking stuff. Yeah. So I've stolen that guy's cup of tea. I think it was lunch break time maybe. Cup of tea and a jumbo Romulan mollusk. So yeah, you've got this.
The orb is mine. You will never have it.
I'll see about that. Yeah, you've got this quite neat little Cardassian kind of. Nip up and take a look at that. Nice little Cardassian fighter or shuttle there, which possibly Jem'Hadar, but I think it's Cardassian. One of the things the true way in this do work occasionally with some rogue Jem'Hadar, not in any of these missions. So yeah, we're kind of just raiding this base. And yeah, like I say, I quite like this landing bay. They leave the door open, which I always thought was a health and safety nightmare, even if they've got a force fields to contain everything. Can't help but feel that, pretty as it is to be able to look out onto the Badlands here, that perhaps maybe they should have just closed the door for safety. But, hey, who am I to judge? Actually, this isn't too challenging. You get yourself into, you can usually pull individual groups if you happen to. About the trickiest part is around these stairs, where sometimes you catch the people on the stairs just at the wrong time and end up getting 2 groups coming at you instead of 1, and then you can sometimes find yourself in a bit of danger, but in general it's not too much. See that lot on the stairs are currently quite dimly wondering what's going on. Oh yeah, they've gone in. At least they've shown a bit of initiative. Of course, those are the ranks. That's not his name. He isn't called Gulin. We had a couple of my crew taken out here. Sir, my scans indicate Galdark has sealed himself in his office, but we can override the lockout console on that podium. That's a design flaw, but okay. Must really be annoying. You've locked yourself in your office thinking, haha, no one's getting to me, and then all of a sudden the door's unlocked because you forgot that someone can get at it through a console that's outside. Kind of saying, haha, I've locked you out of my house, and then finding your front door keys are under the gnome in front of you. Right, okay, it's over Gulf deck or something. Well, that's not where I walked in. It's not even where a door is.
This orb is the property of the Cardassian government.
Yeah, is it though?
The true Cardassian government.
No.
The true way. And you can't have it. Guards!
I do like someone who shouts guards, but...
Fools! You will never defeat me!
Sorry, Gil. And he uses these kind of hologrammatic spare people. Might call them a security team. One of the upshots of being the tactical discipline is that you can call on a security team. Uh-oh. His backup's arrived. And now you've beamed out. He's legged it. So, a few things to... Someone's flaked blood, please. So no one's carrying anything worthwhile. That's what we're seeing, so... We do have... some files to check for our Delta Alliance part. You can see there. So. True-way soldiers don't know anything about the Iconians. I think it's best to keep it that way. This sector is ripe for destabilization. But the interference of a scattered precursor species would throw all my plans into disarray. There's some evidence that Iconians are still alive, so I think it's best not to disturb their link until the galaxy is under the Dominion.
Who knows who brought this device to Empok Nor? It
We're
could
not
have
on
been the
Empok
new
Nor.
link, but it could have been the Obsidian.
This isn't Empok Nor, though.
When Empok Nor was a busy Cardassian space station.
I think this is a throwback from another mission.
Iconians themselves. The fortunate thing is that it's in our hands now. One more piece of the puzzle found.
Because I think there might have been a mission on Empok Nor before. Cal predicts it's about unusual information. Lower the force field on that. But before we pick that up, we'll look at some of his other files.
Dear Kardec,
Ooh,
you can imagine my
it's
surprise
Lita.
to receive a message from you. I must commend you on the clever way you opened a pathway to
It's
our
Mirror
universe.
Lita.
We shall make good use of it, and you have our gratitude. If we can ever return the favor, let me know. Regarding that other matter you speak of, while we certainly share your detest for the Federation and are willing to assist you in opposing them in theory, there are certain territorial issues we will have to iron out before we feel comfortable committing military forces. Perhaps we can arrange a meeting in the usual place?
Lita ended cryptic transmission, so that was weird. So yes, we have Mirror Lita. Now that was the other part of the original Deep Space Nine story. It did also include Mirror Universe shenanigans, although the original one used the son of Smiley O'Brien. But Chase Masterson was available and willing, so we went for that. And quite rightly so. So the return of the orb of possibilities. Are you ready to beam up? Yes, I am. Well, that seemed quite straightforward. And now we just have to get back to Deep Space Nine. Incoming hail from Commander Sarish.
We are approaching the Badlands. What is your status?
We've secured the orb. Gul Kardec has escaped. We're about to attempt to track him.
I will be along in the Defiant momentarily. And may the prophets smile upon you.
And on you, Commander.
Looks like I arrived just in time.
Oh, yeah, I see what you meant by momentarily. So we've got some True-Way ships who've just appeared. A bundle of Hideki classes again. Someone's knocked out with shields. And they're back. Well, that ambush isn't going too well, I'd say. Half the number of ships. Sir, I'm detecting a plasma wave leading from here. I think it belongs to Cardassian ship. It's totally kept. I believe we can modify a reflector dish to emit ionizing radiation which should interact with the plasma wave, illuminating it. The illumination effect won't last long though, we'll have to hurry. Make the modifications and prepare to emit on my command. So we will irradiate the plasma trail. And there it is. So we can follow this plasma trail. And oddly enough, it's going to the weird space donut. Well, wasn't that an unexpected coincidence? I'm guessing we're going to scan it. Oh, no. So there's a Galar class and a named ship, which is his. This ship is called the Grinevok. Taking a bit of a hammering here. Divert some power to those front shields. I don't know if we'll get to see the Keld, because that's a Keldon class, but we'll get closer. Now we'll see it this video. It sometimes can bring up a holographic fleet, which is kind of annoying when you're in such a flimsy ship. Huh, he's liked it. Well, let's see. Scan this anomaly. Scans indicate it's opened a portal leading to that so-called mirror universe, a parallel dimension to ours where everyone's a bit evil. Hold on, they detect ships coming from the portal. Well, shields up to them.
Those look like mirror universe ships.
Yes, well they've all got Terran in front of their name on my panel. Quite often. Ooh, finally. Taking a few hits there. Here's a little computer woman telling me my ship's exploding. Take out the escort. I normally try to get the frigates first because frigates can extend their shields. Frequently what you find is your frigates, for the Terrans in particular, are keep the ships of bigger shields of bigger ships up. Two cruisers. And that's me. The ship exploded. Downside of being trapped in tractor beams, I should probably try to get the science skill, which will just break them. Again, in these lighter ships, not the best. It's a way of making you both easier to hit and drains your hull. So, and the downside of this one is you then respawn ages away. So you spend a lot of your time. If you do die a few times in this one, you do spend quite a bit of your time running back and forward. At least the Defiant's there to stop them resetting. It used to be an annoying habit in quite a few missions that ships would reset to the start position, so you'd have chipped the thing away down to 20% and then you explode. I think it's okay, I'll just get back. And as it gets back, you suddenly see its hull jump back up to 100 and the shields completely restore.
Congratulations on retrieving the orb. You must return it to the temple on Bajor. I will notify the Vedics that you are on your way.
Oh, acknowledged. Yes, I'm ready to leave the system. I do like with this shield that I'm using at the moment, the Riemann shield, you do get that everything reflects in the hull. It's quite nice. So we will hand in that mission.
Congratulations on your recovery of the orb from Gul Kardec.
Speaking a bit
We request that
Sarish.
you return the orb to the temple in Hathon on Bajor. I'm afraid that we have not seen the last of Gul Kardec. But for now, The people of Bajor will be elated at the return of an orb we thought lost forever. Good work.
Okay, we've got a couple of options.
How can I help? Congratulations, Admiral.
We've got an accolade there as well. We'll do the next mission, Jabberwocky, or we'll get at least the briefing.
You have recovered the Orb of Possibilities from Gul Kardec. No doubt, you are being pursued by True Way forces. You must return the orb to the temple in Hathon. I have notified Vedek Krim. She is waiting for you in the temple. How can I help you?
So, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you all enjoyed the first part of this, the Deep Space Nine story. Like I say, I will explain a bit more about it as we work through it. It's quite a good wee plot, this one. Now, as always, if you enjoy this, please like and subscribe if you want to talk to me. There's now many ways the way social media is going, at least at time of recording. So you can contact me, obviously, in the comments. You can also contact me on Twitter at @Pyman70, on Blue Sky at Pyman70, and on Mastodon at Pyman70 at Mistodon.social, if Mastodon's still a thing. I liked it personally, but there we are. But yes, as I've said before, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more Star Trek Online, if you've picked this as an odd place to start, there's right from the start of the game, all available. Or if you want to pick out individual stories, I've not sorted them in any way, I'm afraid, but if you want me to do that, tell me in the comments. But I would like to say finally thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you for the next episode. But until then, bye for now.